peak guest, mid pick, and trash. That's how we're gonna break this. That's how we're gonna break this down, okay? And we're not starting with Tekken 7 because real Tekken fans know the very first guest character was not in Tekken 7. It was in Tekken 3. All right. Now, throughout Tekken's history, there have only been 6, count it, 6 guest characters in a sea of games that have a myriad of guest characters. Only 6 have graced Tekken. And we are going to start off with the very first guest, Gon. Gon first arrived in Tekken 3 as a guest character, but this was like the 90s going into the 2000s. So guest characters, up until Soul Calibur made guest characters cool, guest characters were kind of like joke characters. So Gon, T3, gameplay, like he was a joke. He was an absolute joke. Someone you shouldn't take seriously, right? So here it is. All right, this is Gon, right? Gon was like I said, the very first character, or very first guest character to appear. I don't know in a fighting game period, but he was the first guest character for Tekken, most definitely, right? You see him. Let's watch the video. Let's see how he plays. Man, Tekken 3 was so peak. Long loading screen. Look at this. He farts. He farts. Look at this. This is comedy. This is absolute comedy, bro. Like, come on, bro. You win. He farted most of it. He had a fart and a tailspin. For that reason alone, because there's not enough nostalgia in the world. There's not enough nostalgia in the world to justify this character being cool. Okay? He's going in the trash here. I know. Take off your nostalgia glasses. Absolutely terrible character. Worst character Tekken. Worst character that Bandai Namco, when they used to be called Namco, could have put in the game. Absolute bottom of the barrel trash. He goes in the trash tier. Now, we're gonna fast forward a couple years from Tekken 3 all the way to Tekken 7. And you know what? You already knew this was gonna happen. Perfect. Akuma. Peak guest. Peak guest. Do you understand me? For those of you who don't know, Tekken and Street Fighter had a rivalry since way back in the day. Fast forward from that to now a full circle moment where you have a guest character like Akuma gracing your video game. And not only did he grace the game, he was made a part of the lore. Look at this, man. Full screen is bad boy. Tekken Project. He was made a part of the story. Look at this. And you're just looking and just like, who is that? Like, all of this is happening. Like, Of course, you know, Jin starts World War III, etc., etc. The world is engulfed. There's Heihachi's wife.
もし私が平八さんを止められなかった時はあの人
And we're just like, who is this assassin she's talking to? And then you're just like, hold up, I recognize that voice. And then you recognize the hair immediately. The pose. And then... And then, of course, you get the rest of the trailer. And it's a whole update. Akuma is included.
そして愛しい我が子和也のことも
Like, look at this, man. Brother, the trailer alone and then the gameplay dropped. And I played Akuma heavily in Tekken 7 because you know I was a Street Fighter player at heart, you know. I love Tekken. I also played Jin, but Akuma being in Tekken was peak. You hear me? Peak. And for that reason, he's a peak guest. Look at this. Now, context. As cool as Akuma is, the problem is that for all that power he dishes out, he's a glass cannon, right? So he can't really take a lot of damage. Now that I've given you this context, watch the clip.
Okay, now he's letting him move. He's letting him demon flip, but you know, Chikuru not afraid. He's just standing there. He's trying to fight with the pressure.
Look at this. He's getting eaten up. He's getting eaten up. You think he's about to die?
So much damage on that. But,
Just look at this.
He needs one hit. If he gets one hit here, it's gonna. Oh my god.
He's going to die, right?
It's party time. Ooh.
Now,
it's party time and
watch this. Bam, 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 wham, 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 wham. Raging demon.
Oh my goodness. He probably had a sliver, right?
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh
The sliver of life. Low parry.
oh, the comeback.
Brother. Peak guest character. Argue with your mother. Akuma is at the top of the food chain. Number one best character they've ever had for Tekken. Bar none. But then Bandai Namco decides, okay, how do we keep this momentum going? Who else do we need to add? They go from Capcom to SNK and they get another banger. Geese Howard from Fatal Fury is now in Tekken 7. And I'll never forget the trailer dropping in Evo. I'll never forget. Everyone was losing their minds. Okay, Akuma's a one-off. We're probably never going to see guest characters again. Psych! Full screen this bad boy. So you can bask in all this magnificence. Like, it was serious. This was serious stuff. Serious stuff. People were just like, our fighting games are coming together. And it's not Marvel versus Capcom. This is like 1v1. You see Heihachi just chilling.
Mishima, the world is too big for you to control. Leave it all to me. You can just die.
And we're just like, who is this guy talking cash money to Heihachi? And then the music. And then everyone loses their collective minds. Lore accurate. And just like Akuma, busted. Harder to use, but in the right hands, busted. Just amazing.
Give in to your fears.
And they did such a good job with the presentation. Like, this man was great. Couldn't even parry Rage Art. Sheesh. Ten out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Stay down, maggot.
Literal 10 out of 10 DLC. And then the finish of the trailer, 10. 10. 10, brother. This was peak. Peak. Do you understand? 10. Peak guest character. Like they could not do any better. They couldn't. And I know I'm glazing, right? Because the two fighting game characters I'm familiar with that I happen to be fans of. Akuma stays at the #1 spot for me personally. But Geese Howard is a damn sure close second. I'm standing on business saying that. Yeah, so we're still peaking out, right? We're still at peak with Geese and Akuma for Tekken 7. Peak guest characters. Then they decide to go left field with their very first Final Fantasy character. Very first time. For the very first time ever. Right? And I'm taking out of left field because I'm just like, Final Fantasy? Where does that fit in the world of Tekken? Crazy to me, right? Noctis wouldn't fit in a world with assassins, literal demons, fighting bears or robots. He's literally perfect. Me at the time, I wasn't feeling it though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna cap. I thought he was decent. Wasn't my cup of tea personally, but I thought it was cool. Gameplay was pretty decent too. He paved the way for Victor basically, and Clyde. He was cool, right? Not my cup of tea. He was alright. But you know, they do these trailers so well, and everyone was losing their collective minds. Everyone.
Huh?
And I didn't know who it was when I originally saw this.
は病むものだが、あいにく手が離せなくてな。すまないが、頼れるのはお前だけなんだ。
ったく、しょうがねえな。あ、
You're just like, huh? What is this guy? Who is this guy? Defeat the enemies in your path, and they made it like a quest. I like how they tied it in.
誰から電話？
あ、
珍しいな。知り合いか？
いいんじゃねえし。
なるほど。ナースからか。
I recognize some of the voice actors too. Now I
食
realize.
材の調達もある。
Oh, I just realized that's Lars
お
from
前が行く
Tekken.
と時間がかかるからな。
I just realized that's Lars he was actually talking to.
大体予想はついたぜ。なら、俺に任せとけ。
あー、何それ絶対面白いやつでしょへへ、俺が速攻終わらせてくるかんね。で、どこで何すんの？
いや、だから、俺が行くっつうの。じゃあな。
Very quirky,
Dismiss Kyle.
crazy name. I'm not pronouncing all of it.
やっぱり行くか。
Yep, definitely inspired Lucas Victor gameplay. Cool stage too.
ナース、終わったぜ。
こちらも片付いたところだ。
あ、じゃあ待ってるわ。
Like, I just peeped that he was talking to Lars.
やっぱこの釣りは最高だな。お、嘘。すまない。
Very quirky way to end that commercial. But, you know, Noctis paved the way for Victor, like I said a myriad of times. And he paved the way for characters like Clive. And he also gave people hope that Tifa from Final Fantasy VII would eventually make it to Tekken. People will still be hoping because it still hasn't happened, but this probably was the start of that. Me personally, I think that. He's a high mid, but we're gonna put him in the mid section. He's not trash. Gameplay is cool. Wasn't my cup of tea personally, and let's be honest, he's not beating Geese or Akuma. He was never beating Geese or Akuma. Let's be real. That was never going to happen. All right. Let's be real. All right, and then the last pick for Tekken 7, the final guest. And then when I tell you this came out of left field for real, I was just like, what are they smoking over there? I don't know what they were thinking. Like, the show was kind of like getting into its twilight years. It was starting to go down in popularity. I was just like, one, it's too little too late. Second, I was just like, Negan's too normal. Too normal. Like, I get, like, you got, no. let me stop right there. There's no one that's normal in Tekken. There's no one that's normal in Tekken. Even the strongest human in Paul Phoenix, the man is not normal. It just Negan just personally didn't fit Tekken for me. He just didn't fit. He just didn't fit. Oh, this is when Michael Murray was with Tekken 7 early, I guess. Yeah, it's 720p. Yeah, that. Now this was a funny trailer. Don't get me wrong.
Pissing our pants yet?
This was a funny trailer. A nice little reference to the show.
Boy, do I have a feeling we're getting close.
Like he wouldn't be doing this to Tekken characters for real.
You know the deal.
Get smoked.
What happen is gonna be hard to watch. Shit. Not cool. Not.
Like Lars would smoke this man. Not to mention, apparently he was broken as well. And the techno music didn't really fit either.
Eeny, meeny, mighty, mo, catch, a tiger, by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. My mother told me.
I think they got. I don't know if they got the actual voice actor for him or not. I don't know.
One, and you are. It. You can breathe. You can blink. You can cry. You're all gonna be doing that. Lucille, give me strength. Oh. Oh my goodness. Lucille is thirsty. She is a vampire bat.
Like, this was cool, but I'm not gonna say Negan was trash because he was OP and he was somewhat fun to use, but he's definitely like low mid. Like, it just felt too left field. He felt like the most normal of all the Tekken characters, of all the guests. Way too normal. Alright, but that's all for Tekken 7. Right? We're 5 guests in, And it's like they've already hit their peak and they've started to slowly come down. And then we fast forward to Tekken 8. And Tekken 8's first guest character is probably the most polarizing. You don't like Clive Rossfield. Okay? And before we watch the trailer, I just want to say his game is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Right? Did I want him as a guest character in Tekken? Hell no. Would he have been better for Soul Calibur? Hell yes. Do I enjoy fighting this character online? Hell no. I saw him and I'm thinking, Final Fantasy, huh? That would be pretty cool. But I'm just like, you picked the wrong game. Tifa should be in your spot. So it left a bad taste in my mouth. It left a bad taste in my mouth. It just left a very poor taste in my mouth. Wasn't feeling it. The stage, however, is pretty cool. Stage was pretty cool.
I swear. To shield the Firebird's flame forevermore.
Get ready for the next battle. Tekken 8. New challenger.
Any objections?
Like, the stage is dope, don't get me wrong. And the transition is splendid. I just don't like the character. Just not a fan of the character. And it was just annoying to fight against. It was just super annoying. That was annoying. That was annoying to deal with. Oh my god. Hated that. Woo, the transition. If you had a PC, your PC was crying out for help. It's clean though.
And I follow.
I do like that explosive floor. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That was insulting. That was insulting.
We'll save ourselves. And we'll do it on our own terms.
He's gonna go like, cause he's better than Negan. I'm not gonna lie and say he's absolute garbage. He's not absolute garbage. But Noctis is cooler, more modern. And Clive is just annoying. I just don't like fighting the character. I don't like fighting the character. I was never inclined to use him. I just feel like Tifa could have took that spot. I'm a little jaded. Brother. when he drops, I think he's gonna have the same effect as Akuma. I believe strongly. Strongly. Apparently, someone did the comparison of the views. Yujiro Hanma did more views on Twitter than Clive Ross Field almost 2 years ago. To the day. Like, people were flipping their lids. Because, Brandon, I showed you earlier, people wanted a Baki character in Tekken for ages. And now to go from that to this?
Peggy 16.
Off the strength of the trailer alone, it's peak. It's peak. Off the strength of the trailer alone, it's peak. I'm telling you, it's peak. And they just build up the anticipation so perfectly. Like, this is probably the best season pass that ever came out. Just how they presented it, man. And they haven't even shown an official in-game render. Music choice is dope too. When he drops, he's going to be a problem. I'm just gonna place him. Just gonna place him. Peak. 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 He's peak. From the memes, the crazy feats from the actual show, and I'm gonna be watching some Baki this week. This man, when he finally drops, when we get an official gameplay trailer, in-game render, oh, forget about it. This man is going to be untouchable. He's going to have the same level of aura as probably Akuma. You know what? I'm going to shift him. I'm sorry, Geese. So sorry. I'm going to put him next to Akuma. I think he's going to have that much star power. Like, he literally raised the sales of Tekken from the teaser trailer alone. I'm standing on business. This is my tier list. This is my tier list for the guest characters for Tekken. And it's only been 7. Who knows what guest characters we get in the future? Now, Tifa eventually gets announced. She's gonna be like 4th peak, like instantly. She'll be the only Final Fantasy character in the peak section for multiple reasons. But yeah, that's the list, guys. Of course, if you all do not agree, leave your thoughts in the comments section below. All right. No more of this. We are done here.